Hi guys, it's Professor Ruggieri here. I just wanted to show you how I'm going to be setting up for and what you'll need for week 4's labs on osmotic pressure, pH, and selective and differential media. So out of the kit, these two sets of media, okay, stayed in the box. They were not refrigerated. So this is water activity, osmotic pressure, and this is effect pH microbial growth. I'm going to be using these on Sunday when I inoculate my cultures. I have to rehydrate my lyophilized cultures, which are right here. So far I have already rehydrated Micrococcus luteus and Serratia marcescens, and I've been holding on to the inoculated broths in the refrigerator inside of a secondary container. So I'm going to hold on to those until Sunday when I inoculate all this media, right? And here's the plates for the selective and differential. We have McConkey, EMB, and we have mannitol salt agar. So these plates I'm going to put back in the refrigerator, but I'm going to be taking these out again when on Sunday when I need to inoculate them. Okay, now I have in my kit left E. coli and Staphylococcus epidermidis to rehydrate. So I'm going to do that. And I'm just going to take the metal piece off here. So I'm going to stop this video and then I'll upload the next one showing you the procedure, just so you know. And this time, for whatever reason, we're not rehydrating the cultures with tryptic soy broth, which is a little bit darker, but rather one of the bajillion tubes of nutrient broth that they provided. So these were just pulled out of the refrigerator. You can see they have condensation. I'm going to give them a wipe, and then I'm going to use my Sharpie, or you can use the wax pencil to write either E. coli or S. epidermidis or even just S. epi on these, and put them in your rack over there so that you're ready to go. Okay, whoops. And I will see you in just a second. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to set this up. I'm not having somebody record me. So I wanted to just show you first how the tubes are labeled. Okay, and I opened them just ever so slightly so that I wouldn't have to do all that with one hand, right? So I did S. epi for the staph epidermidis, my initials KR, and then the date. The date is really important, right? 6/5, because I want to know if I end up putting it in the refrigerator like I did these cultures, I want to know how old they are. Okay, and then I did the same thing for the E. coli, and they're resting in here. So I'm going to prop this up here. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here. Now, before you do this, you want to make sure that you have 2 sterile transfer pipettes out. You want to make sure that your flame is going for as long as it stays on. And then you want to grab your 2 lyophilized, right, freeze-dried cultures. The staph epidermidis vial is a little bit bigger, wider than the E. coli. For me, the trickiest part is just getting that metal piece off the top. And remember to be careful and not break any fingernails off or anything. So you want to open it so that you tear the metal, okay, and then you're going to just open that up. So here's my E. coli. I'm going to set it down here. I'm going to open up my staph here. And of course that one did not break as intended, so I'm going to have to use a butter knife like before. Just be super careful when you're opening these. And obviously whatever tool, like a knife that you're using, you're going to have to wash it thoroughly or throw it out. Okay, so I have my staph epi open. And you can see I tore my glove. So I'm going to just replace that glove just in the interest of doing the right thing here. Oops, and I don't have another one of this, so I'll throw on a blue glove. Okay. My hand's going to be a little sweaty, so this may be a feat to get this on. Okay, but as we go on here, remember from the first or second time that you did this, you're going to take your uninoculated new tubes of nutrient broth, right? And you're going to suck up about 1 ml, whatever fills up. Sorry, my hands are so sweaty I can't get the glove on. Okay, you're going to fill up that transfer pipette, and then you're going to transfer, for about 30 seconds, just gently pipette up and down to mix up all the freeze-dried culture, and then put it right back in the original nutrient broth glass tube, and you're going to leave it for up to 48 hours for it to get cloudy or turbid. Okay, I also want to make sure that I have handy, but not too close to the flame, my 70% alcohol disposal vessel. So when I'm done with the transfer pipette, I can throw it right in there. And again, you might want to put a paper towel or a paper plate down, just so when you're working with the bacteria, I know several of us have experienced this already. Sometimes it spills and you don't necessarily want it to spill in your kitchen. Okay? So I have my E. coli, the thinner of the two tubes that are left. I have the broth tube that it's going into. This lid is already a little loose to make it easier. Okay, I'm gonna open this up by the stopper. I'm gonna put it outward side down on the plate here. Okay, like that. You can see. I'm gonna open up one of my transfer pipettes by the bulb end, right? Never ever by the end that's gonna go into the culture. Okay, I have my glass vial. I'm gonna open up the E. coli tube, squeeze the bulb ahead of time, right? Go into the tube, suck up about 1 ml, close it. Now I should have flamed it, but if it's quick, you're in close proximity to the flame. Put it into this tube and just mix up and down a few times, trying not to introduce any excessive bubbles in here. Bubbles can cause oxidant stress and kill the bacteria. Okay, you want to do this for about 30 seconds. Gonna suck it all back up into the transfer pipette. Gonna open this up and put it back in here. Okay, I'm gonna put this in my disposal container and then take this and just flame the lid of it, the mouth of it rather, so that it's sterile or somewhat sterilized. Leave the lid just a notch open and set it back there. Now my flame went out, so I'm gonna try to get that going again. Okay, notice I'm gonna put the stopper back in my bottle of freeze-dried bacteria. When I'm done, the phone is actually resting on the decontamination vessel. So I'm gonna separate the lid and the glass vial and put it in that 10% bleach solution. Now I'm gonna do the same thing with my Staphylococcus epidermidis. Okay, I have this tube, whoops, right here. I'm gonna open it up, grab a new transfer pipette. Okay, gonna go into the nutrient broth. Close that back up. Go into my vial of Staph Epi. Mix it by pipetting. And to not get air bubbles, you basically don't want to hear that, right? You don't want to suck it all the way up. Just about halfway up and then gently back down the side of the container. Up and down. Suck up all the contents in that glass vial. Okay, and then you're going to pipette it into the nutrient broth tube. Dispose of your tool. Whoops, I did not want to do that with my loose glove. Take this, flame the mouth of it. Okay, put that back on, so tight, and then back one, and put it in here. So now I have my Staph Epi and my E. coli, so it's Friday afternoon. These guys are going to sit probably until Sunday, when then I inoculate the water activity, right? So make sure you have this handy, the water activity vials, the effective pH on microbial growth, and then those 3 EMB, McConkey, and mannitol salt agar plates.